Hello, ladies and gentlefolk. It is officially the 28th of February, which means it's Architects Day. The Sky, the Earth, and All Between is finally here. I've been very excited for this album ever since it got announced a couple of months ago. So far, the singles from the album that I've heard include Curse, Seeing Red, Black Hole, and Whiplash, two of which I reacted to on this channel. Now, I know in the last couple of days, Architects have released two more singles from the album, and surprise drops with Everything Ends, and I think it was called Brain Dead. But I've purposely avoided these songs because the album was coming out in like 2 days. So there was no point in listening to it in my eyes. I was going to just go into this fresh, and we're going to get some lovely reactions. So, of course, like I said, I've already heard 4 of these songs. I believe there's 12 on the album. But we're very excited for this. Like I said, I've been waiting for this for some time now. And I believe, from what I've heard from the singles, that Architects are trying something new. They're trying to win back their older audience while still catering to their new audience they made with For Those That Wish to Exist. We recently, we're a couple of months ago now, we checked out Architects' entire catalogue on this channel, and I was already a big fan of Architects from the stuff I'd heard from, I wouldn't say a big fan, but I was a fan of their stuff from what I heard from For Those That Wish to Exist, and bits of the classic Symptoms album. However, going back in time and listening to, where they began with Nightmares, following up to Hollow Crown, Daybreaker, all that good stuff, it's vastly changed my perception of this band and what I consider to be their best work. And let me tell you, For Those That Wish to Exist is not it. However, with that being said, like I said, the 4 singles, they left a really good taste in my mouth. Whiplash and Black Hole, especially Black Hole, I think are fantastic songs. Curse and Seeing Red I've heard a lot now, so it's sort of, that's sort of dying down on me, but I still think they're great tunes. But I'm going to waste no more time because we're very excited for this. So we'll start with Elegy. Let's go. If there are no lyrics on the screen, we're going to get this kind of view. If there are lyrics available for the song, they'll appear on the right. I thought I'd try a new setup for this.
I've done enough to figure out that nobody can take this feeling. Living without you.
Big build up.
I took the fire above the gravity.
A very big build up. Jesus. That's quite the shift. Okay. Big chorus. Ooh. Ooh. That bass was fucking pure filth, my goodness. Sam loves a good sing-song. He loves it, does. Pretty good start, Whiplash is up next, and we all know how this one goes. Cue the song. Right, I've already heard this song. I'm pretty sure most people watching this have already heard this song as well. So while this rocks, I'm going to provide a few more thoughts on Elegy. So, of course, song starting out, nice, tame. The build-up's pretty good. Most of the song, though, as far as the progression goes and just genuinely the sound, it reminds me of something you'd hear from, I'd say, Holy Hell, All Our Gods, but with that big chorus energy that was, cemented in For Those That Wish to Exist. And this song's also a great example of that. It's manic, it's chaotic, but as soon as it hits the chorus, big chorus. Not only is that something they experimented with a lot in For Those That Wish to Exist, but it's just Jordan Fish doing Jordan Fish things. Bring me the Architects. You buried your neighbor in the earthquake? Was I built for the whiplash? I'm very excited as well because obviously this has been recorded on Friday the 28th. And if you're not aware, Architects are doing very small, intimate shows in tiny venues over the next 5-6 days. And I'll be attending the one in Leeds on Mondays. So I'll be recording quite a bit of that and uploading it here. Bitch! filth. I made this comparison when we reacted to the song a couple of months ago, is that this song reminds me a lot of Artificial Suicide by Bad Omens. Not in the chorus department, but in the main riff. Specifically the main riff. As well as that, those sort of like distorted engine sounds. It's very Artificial Suicide.
Everything is going to be fine.
Do you disapprove?
You're pissed, are you? Now, not fucking look at me live! Not as pissed as I am! You fucking are!
Donkey.
Donkey!
Is there nothing but the cold of the center of a black hole? This has become easily one of my most listened songs since it came out. I love this song, it's so fucking good. It's everything I want out of a metalcore song. It's fast, it's heavy, it's loud, it's cathartic, and it's got a fucking catchy chorus. Nightmares left a riot in my mind. Is there anybody there? Oh, I'm a slut for a guitar solo, man. There's nowhere to go when the sky is the limit.
Black hole.
Oh, it's so good. As someone who's learning how to play drums, I'm addicted to that song. It's beautiful. Okay, so everything ends. This is what came out a few days ago. According to Sam, in a BBC radio interview he did, this is the catchiest Architects chorus, so we'll see. Because I think fucking Black Hole's pretty good.
I could be the last one killing the pain, changing like the seasons, wishing for rain. Don't stare me up to reason all over again. 'Cause I'm dying here, but everything ends.
Interesting. Massive change of pace. Huge tonal shift. Okay. It's a good chorus. I don't know if I think it's better than Black Hole, but I like it. It's good. The song itself, again, it's a very big change of pace. I'm liking this tone that's in the instrumentation now. You know, the I'm liking this. It's good. Couple of misspells in the lyrics here, but I like that one. I wouldn't put it above Black Hole, maybe not Whiplash either, but I like it. This one's probably gonna grow on me. Brain Dead. This one was also released a few days ago. Oh. Okay. Oh. Okay. That's a very familiar sounding riff. I don't know how to feel about the chorus. Oh, please. Nasty breakdown. Come on. Okay, so the ending of that one took the same approach as Whiplash, but I don't know how to feel about that one. It's weird. Like, the fact that they released that one as one of the newer singles as well. But I don't know how to feel about it. Definitely going to need another listen. Oh. I like that. Right, I'm going to sound crazy, but this guitar riff, like this main bit of guitar going on in the background now, for whatever reason, is giving me fucking Shadow the Hedgehog vibes. If you've ever listened to that game soundtrack. And at the end of the chorus, I'm getting Kingdom Hearts vibes out of that. Weird. It's a chorus that just really doesn't fit the rest of the song. This is Jordan Fish overdoing the Jordan Fish. This could belong on somebody else's record, but I don't know about Architects. There's way too many post effects in the vocals there. It's unclear what's actually being said. It drowns out the quality of the actual vocal. That's a nice sound, I like that. That's bipolar if it was a song. It's quite an odd one. It looks like our little friend could not find any lyrics. Can I make you go away? Nope. Okay. I'll give credit where it's due. This is not a safe album, like, at all. They are not afraid to experiment here. And I respect it. Not everyone's gonna like it, especially, like, old school Architects purists, but it feels like something that will grow on me, personally, because I'm listening to most of these songs and I'm getting a lot of mixed feelings. Like, some sections are great, the choruses are all, like I said, very Jordan Fish, but the instrumentals are still very good, they're very catchy. But as far as maybe lyrics go, yes, this is a big step up from For Those That Wish to Exist and Classic Symptoms, definitely, but I don't know. These songs that obviously aren't singles aren't striking the same chord as the singles, which is to be expected. You know, not every album has bangers throughout it, you know. There's very few albums that do that, where they obviously release singles as their best songs and leave the rest for the album, but I don't know how to feel about these ones. I'm liking them, like, there's not a song that I consider bad yet, but they are strange. Okay, Judgment Day. Very electronic, my god. Okay. Again, another very different kind of song. It feels like we started off quite differently to what you'd expect. Elegy had a mixture of these kind of vocals and what Architects are known for. But the last three songs have just sort of been very clean vocal heavy, which is not a bad thing necessarily, you know. I love a good clean vocal song, they're easy to sing along to and whatnot, but for the tone that was being set by songs like Whiplash, Seeing Red, Black Hole upon release, I wasn't expecting these kind of songs, to say the least. I've never heard of this feature either. And how do you say that? Amira Elfeki? Elfki? I've never heard of her or any of her work. She's got a nice voice, but again, obviously the band is going to talk about this album in massively high regard to promote it, but with everything they've been saying about it is that they're extremely proud of it and they believe it's their best work. Up to now, I don't agree with the statement. I'm not gonna lie. Yes, obviously, like I say, it's marketing. They're trying to promote it and gas us up, get ready for it. But I didn't think it would be as good as they said it was to begin with. But I wasn't expecting this. Oh, this one's got lyrics. Again with the cleans. Am I gonna have to find them myself?
I'm a broken mirror.
Huh. Right, so this one's going to be a bit hard to process. Obviously, we've heard Curse a million times before, so I'm going to speak over it and get my thoughts on the previous song. So that was interesting. Another song that's basically pure, clean vocals for 80%, 90% of the song. Architects, yes, they have done songs like this in the past. Most notably, my favourite example is Hollow Crown. It's a fucking brilliant song. But in this kind of vein and this kind of style, clean vocals in this style, this works better in my opinion. For Architects, a band built upon metalcore foundations, post-hardcore, mathcore, whatever else. Best known for Sam Carter's extremely talented pitched vocals. When he does his cleans, it's fine to do in the chorus and it's fine to do in the bridge, but for the whole song, I don't think it suits the style of the band and what they're going for. It's, dare I say again, the Fish and his influence on what he believes production is in records like this. Yes, it worked for Bring Me the Horizon 10 years ago, and yes, it works for Black Poppy and it works for other artists, but as far as Architects go, I know we're not finished yet, but then again, we've got 3 songs left, and 2 of them we've already heard before. I think these are good songs, but I don't know if I'd like to see Jordan Fish produce another Architects record. But I don't know. I'm going to have to give it a few days to think over and a few more listens. And I'll come back with like a song ranking and my overall thoughts on the album in due time. But as far as first reactions go, I've got a lot of mixed emotions right now, to say the least. We only ever love you when you're seeing red. Blah! I'm not too sure if Jordan had much of an influence on this track, because I know it's quite old now. It came out like 2-3 years ago? I think 2 years ago, something like that. But I think this is a good song. Like I said before, all the singles, excluding Everything Ends and the one with House of Protection, because I hadn't heard them, but they've been out long enough for me to listen to and process, but upon first listen, I really enjoyed them. Whereas some of these songs on first listen, I'm like, it reminds me of what I was like with classic Architects and classic Bring Me. On first listen, I was a bit like, I don't know about this. But if you were to check out my playlist now, you'd see dozens of songs from the likes of fucking, of course, Hollow Crown and Daybreak and Lost Together, Lost Forever. Even Lost Together, Lost Forever, it was an album when I first heard it, I said, I don't like it that much and I don't get it. But now, that album I listen to quite a bit, and especially like Broken Cross, I fucking adore that song. Broken Cross is one of my favourite Architects songs, it's so good. But of course, as a band, you need to evolve, and this is what Architects have done. they've gone from really pessimistic, depressing songs and views to this kind of style, because not only does it work better in the modern world and the modern music scape, but that's just them moving on as people. Obviously, during the early days of metalcore, that's just what the scene was, but then as they evolve and they understood the scene more with Lost Forever and then eventually All Our Gods, Unholy Hell, very, very dark 3-album cycle. That's just the way the band was at the time. That was their mental state, you know. Imagine being told your bandmate and one of the founders of the band has cancer and is going to die. Yeah, it's an unimaginably horrible circumstance, and they were understandably angry and upset, and that showed through the music and how they were on stage at the time. You know, they couldn't go a few songs without breaking down every now and then. One of my favourite examples of, I say favourite, it's not really like a good thing to pick out, but the performance of Gone with the Wind, I can't remember what festival it was. It might have been Rock AM Ring, maybe? I don't think it was louder than live, but there was a performance where they played Gone with the Wind, and Sam just breaks down on stage during the song, and you can tell how hard of a time it was for the band, but it was a very relatable time for the band for quite a lot of people. But Modern Architects, it's for those that wish to exist, again, it's very experimental, but they have a direction that they want to go in, but I don't think they've quite got it yet. Not yet. Last song, Chandelier. Odds on this one being a soft vocal song. Give me the tone, Sam. Wait, these are the lyrics of fucking Eminem. Why have I got the lyrics for Lose Yourself on my screen? That's not right. That's quite distracting. How do I get rid of that? Start again. I was too busy reading the lyrics to process the song. But I did hear soft vocals and a soft tone. So, yeah, I was correct.
Freezing in a broken shell by myself, spinning into vertigo, driving when my eyes are closed.
I'm gonna have to draw the comparison again. It reminds me of Hollow Crown, the song. Just if it was made in this day and age and not 2000 and 2008, were it? Well, now it's suddenly shifted. Yeah. Quite the track to close out the album. And that was The Sky, the Earth and All Between. Interesting indeed. It's interesting to say the least, yeah. You can tell the direction this band wants to go. You can definitely see it. They want to move forward in the modern metalcore scene, and that's totally understandable, completely acceptable. Why wouldn't you want to do that? At the end of the day, it's this is what people listen to these days, so I can see why this is the direction that they're going in. But as far as how they're implementing this sound and how successful they are implementing said sound, there are still a lot, and I mean a lot of things to learn for Architects. Of course, like I said, they've come from a different background and some hard times, and they want to transition into this scene of music because it's what they want to do. They're making music for them, and that's what a band should be doing. You make music for your own enjoyment, your own happiness, and all that good stuff. That's how you succeed as a band, and how you stay happy as a band. You know, these guys have been going for years now, like over 2 decades. No, that's not right. Just under 2 decades. I think it's just under 2 decades, if not over 2. And this is their 11th studio album, something like that. So, when they say this is our 11th album, if it's not going to be our best one, then what's the point? I understand that point of view. And Sam obviously saying he's very happy with this album, but I suppose your own personal music taste can influence what you're happy with in the type of music you produce. Because I know for a fact that Sam Carter's got a very diverse music taste. He's opened up plenty of times about enjoying the modern grime and, rap scene in the UK anyway. But even you should just compare this to other bands, you know, Ollie Sykes. He's got you can view Ollie Sykes' playlist on Spotify. It's a public playlist that, you know, you can see. And polyamorous is indeed the term to use there, but Bring Me the Horizon are still consistent to some degree in the tone of music they produce, because I guess they know their sound. Architects found their sound years ago, but the shift in sound, it's a new learning curve for them. Yes, this is better than the classic Symptoms. You know, that is easily my least favourite of their work. But when I compare it to For Those That Wish to Exist, I'd say the highs of the album, such as Whiplash, Black Hole, Kirsty and Red, of course, are higher than that of For Those That Wish. But everything else, it's either on par with it or sometimes even lesser. And that is quite disappointing. It's not a bad album, don't get me wrong. I'm definitely going to listen to all these again. But, you know, just so I can collect my thoughts a bit better. But it's not what I was expecting. And I guess expectations can, you know, it can warp what you end up thinking about something in the end, which I guess that's on me. But at the same time, from the quality of the singles that they put out, you'd expect it to be more in line with the singles. But it's this, everything that's not a single is so bizarrely different. There's a lot of clean vocal tracks, but like I said, I'm not going to put this down to the band entirely. Of course, this was a creative decision by themselves, as well as, you know, choosing to jump on an album with Jordan Fish. But it's definitely got that Jordan Fish to it, and I think it drags it down in quite a lot of places outside of the singles, because Black Hole is a belter, Whiplash is a belter, Curse again is very good, Seeing Red is also very good. But then in the other songs where it's just like sing your heart out, it's sure, I guess, but not personally my cup of tea. I prefer Architects when they're doing things like Black Hole, or obviously I think Architects at their best was All Our Gods, you know, Gone with the Wind and whatnot. But it's, I don't know. I've got very conflicted opinions and thoughts at the minute. I'm going to need some time to collect this, and obviously I'll come back with a review. I don't often do album reviews, but I'll try my best to break it down and give every song a rating out of 10. But as far as this goes, now if I was to put it in a tier list, I'd say it's probably like a high C or a low B. It's not up there as one of their best works. I might put it in the maybe like top 5, but I'm not sure. I think it just misses out on a top 5 spot in my opinion. But like I said, give me time and I'll think about it. But as far as first reactions go, let's just say I'm very conflicted. I like it, and I love the singles, but the rest of it is it's a bit different. It's a bit off. It doesn't sound right. But yeah, like I said, that's just going to need time. But thank you for watching. Let me know what you thought of the album. If you've heard it, if you haven't, if this was your first time listening, what did you think? And yeah, I'll be back next week to upload footage of the Architects gig, and after the gig is when I'll be collecting my thoughts more or less on the album and the songs, and I'll be providing my detailed thoughts. But if you're interested, stick around. But until then, thank you for watching, and we shall catch you sometime in the future.